Alright, hey guys, we got Killswitch Engage up this month, The Day to Remember. We chat about Sabaton's return, Underoath hit legendary status. This and more right here on episode 3 on Time Flies with Killer Vibes. Stay tuned. Welcome to the show, brought to you by Metal Ignition. My name's Pato. As usual, I'll be your host for this episode of Time Flies with Killer Vibes, where we like to try and touch on everything that's going on in the metal rock alternative music scene. And joining me, just as a solo act today, is my good friend here, Craig Priest. G'day, Craig.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode, mate. We're going to have, we've got a lot of things to talk about, which is going to be great. There's probably too many things to talk about. Or is there such a thing as too many things?
There may be. We'll soon find out, I guess. Thanks for finding time to join us. And let's kick the show off. We want to touch on Mosh Talks to kickstart the show. And this month has been some pretty big tours come our way, but might even be topping that next month in April with some gigantic tours coming over to Australia. But in March we had the opportunity of Sevendust, Clutch, Highly Suspect, Epica, Stiff Little Fingers, Stories, She Cries Wolf, and Buckcherry as well, which I failed to mention last episode. Now I know it's been a pretty busy month, so I'm not sure. Did you get along to any of the shows? You said you were going to try and get to She Cries Wolf, Craig. Did you get along to it?
No, She Cries Wolf doesn't play until this weekend. So She Cries Wolf are playing in Sydney. They started their tour in Queensland in March, but it's going to continue on through February. Through April. So I'm actually going to catch up with those boys on Saturday, the 2nd of April. Excuse me. So I'm going to catch up with those guys and STEPSON as well. So I'll be interviewing them, which will be good. I'm very interested to see She Cries Wolf live, because I don't know if you remember, but in January on the first episode we spoke about their live performance in Straight Outta Compton, Straight Outta Brisbane. So I'm interested to see who punches them when they're playing live, who beats them up, and if anybody has to go to hospital after their set. But no, any of the others I didn't actually get to see. I saw Stories and Polaris, but that was back in February as well. Not March, but I know that was a tour that continued on between February and March.
Yeah.
Census Fail would have been a good one. I know a friend that went to Buckcherry said it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, cool.
So if anybody else went to them, any of them, please let us know. I'd love to. Maybe I don't want to know if they were good, because I'll miss my chance to see them.
Rub it in our faces by all means. I was certainly very jealous of all my muso friends that got support slots to support Sevendust. So congratulations to all those guys out there. Would have been an amazing show to attend, let alone play alongside of. So
yeah, exactly.
Certainly some ticks off the list for some people out there.
Well, yeah, career highlights.
Definitely. But yeah. April's going to be pretty huge. We got Asking Alexandria and Black Sabbath with Five Finger Death Punch. Kicks off next month.
Oh, is Black Sabbath coming in April?
Sure do.
Damn.
So that's going to be pretty crazy. And Five Finger Death Punch are also playing some of their own shows as well outside of that tour, which should be interesting as well. Wednesday 13 as well, and we've got Trivium also alongside throughout that month, which should be pretty successful too. King Parrot have dropped some dates for another national tour of theirs, and we got Hawthorne Heights, which was released just the other week. I think that was announced that they're actually coming in April too. Alongside, what was the other band they were playing alongside?
Mest.
Yeah, I don't know much about Mest.
Mest were big when Hawthorne Heights were big, but I think they were really popular in the States. They weren't that popular here in Australia, but they've come over a few times. But I know that they do really well in the States and maybe not so well here. So it's good for them to come with a band like Hawthorne Heights, because I feel like Hawthorne Heights will bring a fair bit of crowd, get the emo hearts, the old emo hearts cranking.
Sometimes that's the only way that bands like that can get over, I suppose, if they tag along with someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Just to make ends meet, I guess. Otherwise, there might be a loss of money for them. But this way, they can at least get the crowds.
And then we got 2 Aussie bands, The Weight of Silence and Caligula's Horse, and Melancholy, also the Swedish punk rockers.
Swedish punk
No
rock,
Cigar.
yeah.
Beggars and Polar Bears. That album's...
Yeah, apparently they did a video to say that they were coming over here, and it was just them in Speedos or something in the snow, and they were talking about how they can't wait to get to Australia.
Yep. Wasn't it like they were just on the outside of a house or something, like standing near the window? I saw a bit of it and I was just like, yeah, close. Didn't quite grab me.
It wasn't enough to get your attention.
30 seconds of attention span. But I think Alexandria should be interesting. I mean, I know that somehow that band is still popular.
I know, man.
I don't understand
Well,
what the drive is, but they don't do anything different. I mean, and there is a lot of bias when it comes down to, Danny's gone, so who gives a fuck about him anymore? And like, I don't necessarily want to ride that train, but at the same time, like, I've listened to all those songs. I mean, they've brought out at least 4 or 5 music videos since prior to the release of the actual album.
Yeah, well, they're trying to hype it up, I guess. They want people to to talk about it.
Yeah, don't forget about us.
Yeah, we're still relevant. And then the bass player as well was in a car accident just the other week, and he was driving a removalist van or truck or something, and then he rolled that. So he's lucky to come out of that with no injuries. Apparently he didn't have a scratch on him. He's like rolled the van and then just walks away like, all good. It's not the ghost inside, it's just me.
Oh, well.
Oh, sorry, too soon.
He probably wasn't going to make that tour otherwise.
Yeah. So I guess it's good for them. Out of April, I'm actually just a little beers with the band plug here. I'm trying to get an interview with Asking Alexandria, so we're still working on that, and also Hawthorne Heights. We're looking at an interview with those guys. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, She Cries Wolf and Stepson. So hopefully next month I've got a lot to report on. And I've been to a lot of these gigs. I'm going to Hawthorne Heights, hopefully Asking Alexandria. And I think there's a band called With Confidence. They're playing in April as well. They're doing a national tour before they head over to... they're a pop-punk band. Before they head over to Japan and then Europe, and then they got announced for Warped Tour as well. Yeah, wow. So they've never played outside of Australia, and then this year, all in 1 year, they're playing Japan, Europe, and all the dates on Warped Tour. So really good on those boys, because they're just young boys, like 20 years old. That happens. 21-year-old guys. I think it's just going to be hookers and cocaine for them here on in.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm proud of him. So no, it's going to be a big month for interviews for myself. Hopefully, unless they all fall out. But it means I'll be able to go to a lot of live shows as well, which is good.
Yeah, sweet, man. That's good. Well, hopefully that happens, and we can do some plugging and get people to check it out. Make sure you do subscribe to Craig's YouTube channel if you have not yet. Beers with the Band is pretty hard to get wrong and to miss, so get onto YouTube, type in Beers with the Band, check out the description in our in this video. You'll see the links as well, and yeah, we'll look forward to hearing the many antics that you get out of the bands that you normally do anyway. So
that's it. I get them drunk and they talk shit.
Melancholy would be pretty cool. And Caligula's Horse, they dropped a new video as well. I ordered that tour, so they're going pretty well. But let's move on into new albums that have come out, Blasting the Speakers. This is the section where we're trying to touch base on everything that's come out for the month. Obviously, focusing on metal, rock, alternative music. And, forgive us, we might not grab and capture everything, but we do our best. So if we have missed something that you think is worthy of mentioning, please comment in the section below, and we'll put a plug out for it. So, blasting the speakers, we've got Tonight Alive, Spiritual Beggars, Metal Church, Caliban, Accuser. There's a Judas Priest live DVD that came out, Blu-ray, whatever it will. The Weight of Silence, American Head Charge, Killswitch Engage, Hacktivist, Sabaton, Asking Alexandria, Hammer Fight, OTEP, Silverstein, The World Alive, and WILDWAYS. So there's a huge list there. Now, obviously highlights for myself that I'd like to discuss is Killswitch Engage. I've been very hyped about that album coming out. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting on my pre-ordered copy to arrive, so I can't fully comment on the actual album. But all the videos and the audio songs, they've dropped a bunch of audio clips as well on Roadrunner and on their own YouTube page, so you can get on and probably even get a full stream of the album out of that. But I've been nothing but pleased and very, very excited about what they have released so far. So can't wait to get my hands on that album, as the last album was Return to Fame, as Killswitch sort of were slowly declining in the playlist with the albums following End of Heartache, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's good to have them come back.
Killswitch have been through a lot, haven't they? I guess with their it's mainly just been lead singers, hasn't it? They've just been screwed over by lead singers.
Caliban is another one that
I used to love Caliban.
Really awesome.
I haven't heard this new album, but I'm keen to check that out, definitely.
Did you like the last album?
To be honest, I don't. I think the last album I listened to was the one they released in 2006 or 2005.
That's right. It's going back.
I haven't heard anything from them then, but for a while. It's going back a long time.
Well, the previous album, which my iTunes is currently broken, really, in terms of its library, so I can't refer to it. But the previous album is an awesome album. Really, really good. So I was a bit worried about this new one, thinking, can they top it? But it's certainly got some good songs in it. Do highly recommend it for sure. If you did like the previous album, or you're keen to get back into Caliban, definitely jump onto this new album.
Yeah, beautiful. That sounds good. And The Word Alive, I've heard a bit of the new album from The Word Alive. I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's really, really good.
They've sort of carved a new edge into their sound. I've noticed the old album that I've got is just it's a mess. Like, you just can't follow the songs. You don't know what genre they are.
The Word Alive.
Yeah, I think it's a self-titled album. I think so.
Yeah, some metalcore albums can be a bit like that, and The Word Alive are very... but they're a full-on band as it is. They come across as very full-on. I mean, for example, apparently the Word Alive lead singer was on tour a couple of months ago, maybe December. Apparently he broke like a vertebrae or a part of his back and then kept touring. Yeah, so somehow he was like put in a back brace or something, and then he was like, no, I've never missed a show before in my life, and I'm not going to start now. And so he kept going. He broke his back at the show. Like, he tried to stage dive and nobody caught him, and then he landed on the ground. But I feel like
doing that again anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. He'll definitely make sure there's a couple of big guys there to catch him.
Like Jack Black out of bloody School of Rock. Rockin' man.
Real life version of that. That's so true.
Except he probably weighs half that.
Yeah, he'd weigh nothing. He's like a scrawny little dude.
It makes me think of what that's a similar thing to. I mean, I don't know the extent of the injuries, but Andy from Feeder to the Sharks did similar injury to his back while mid gig as well.
Wow.
which sidelined him for a solid tour, pretty much. So the fact that he carried on and continued to play shows is pretty hardcore.
Well, that makes me think that, because they said the word broken back, but it must only been like a part or like some, I don't know, because I see broken back, and it's like, well, you're going to be in hospital for weeks, if not months.
Yeah, you can't fucking stand, let alone walk or anything.
Yeah,
forget that.
Maybe the cutie just bruised his back and he kept going.
I don't know what to
He
find
told
out
everyone.
more details about that. But
yeah.
So there's a couple of good albums that have dropped this month, and a good sort of array of different sounds too. So you got The World Alive, and then you've got Silverstein, even Hammer Fight, which is a pretty straight up metal band. American Head Charge, which are kind of like a Chevelle style metal band. If you know Chevelle.
No,
you don't know Chevelle.
No.
Kind of like a alternative, not so complicated, more straightforward metal tool in a way.
Oh right, okay. Yeah.
More on the alternative side, not as complex in terms of like their skill on the instruments. Hence the pass. What some tool guys do, but check them out and then listen to American Head Charge, and you'll be like, oh,
I get it. Yeah. I get it.
I see it. But Spiritual Beggars, I thought was an interesting one. Did you get a chance to check out that one clip?
No, I haven't even heard of Spiritual Beggars.
I've never heard of them as well, but they've sort of come up. I'd have to double check what label they are, but I was quite impressed actually by them. I haven't heard the rest of the album yet, but definitely that one song, which we'll talk about in the next segment, it was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, perfect.
It's very different. It's kind of like, I don't know what to listen to. Let's put this on, sort of vibe, and you can listen to it regardless of what mood you're in. Because sometimes you just don't want to throw on your favorite band. Sometimes you just want to chill out and put on something random. And,
put on something that you've never really heard before.
And somehow it just makes you feel good. I definitely got that vibe from those guys. So, was there any other ones that you noted at all throughout the month, Craig, that you wanted to mention?
Not that I've had a chance to listen to. No, The Weight of Silence. I haven't listened to them yet, but I haven't listened to this album yet. But I managed to check them out before listening to their stuff before Unified, because I think the Weight of Silence were put onto Unified Festival, like Unified Gathering, as like a last minute contender.
Yeah, right.
And as like a local type thing, so they kicked it all off. And they're about to just go on tour. So they're coming out on tour in April or May, I believe. And obviously it's going to be off the back of this album. So if you get the chance to go and see them, or listen to this album and then go and see them if you like them, because I think they're going to... Seems like if Unified are grabbing onto them, they could be a very good up-and-coming band in that scene. So good on them. Good for them. It's going to be their first national tour headlining, I believe. I think they're trying to get the headline. So
it's their own,
it'll be interesting.
Their own album in support, their own tour in support of this album that's come out.
Yeah,
so they basically drop the album and then go on tour like a week or so after, like as of the week after the release. I remember.
Yeah, so I hope they do really well with that, because it seems like the guys deserve it. It seems to be like they're getting noticed.
Yeah, well,
just not sure about.
It'll definitely appeal to the heavy-minded individuals. So, and it seems like there is some technicality and skill in some of the musicians in the band too. So let's move on to videos and single releases. Now, I'm trying to come up with a catchy title for this segment of the show, so let's just go with Down Through the Lens this time round. So Down Through the Lens, what have we got this month? Now, we're going to release an ongoing playlist every month, so you can see what we're referring to every month, and we're going to capture all the video clips that we talk about in the show, and any other ones we didn't get time to highlight as well on the Metal Ignition channel. So, following the release of the episode, we'll have a link in the description, and you can navigate to the Killer Vibes March playlist to catch up on all the awesome video clips that have come out, because it's been quite a big month, because some of these video clips have marked the first release of a song from an upcoming album for some bands, and some bands in particular that we haven't heard a new stuff from for some time. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Sabaton and A Day to Remember in particular, and also Architects. Thoughts on those releases, Craig?
Oh, the Architects?
Oh, yeah, whatever one you want to talk about first.
Architects just blew us away, didn't they? They just kind of came up with this. I don't know if there was too much hype about it. I mean, everybody knew that Architects was working on new material, and they knew that they were going to bring something out.
Yep.
But for them to just drop this song, they dropped the single off their new record, A Match Made in Heaven. And it was amazing. It's obviously a political song. They seem to be, that's the style that they go for. They're a very political band. And that's good. Good on them. So they're trying to bring awareness to their fans and make sure that they know what's going on, I guess, government-wise, and not only that, just environment-wise, because I know some of them are vegans, and they, whether you're a vegan or not, I guess you care about the environment, or you should care about the environment, and they're big supporters and advocates of Sea Shepherd. And when I say they, I know that Sam Carter is. I'm not too sure if they as a band are, but obviously they all care about it because they're letting Sam write lyrics about that. And because when Sam writes lyrics about that, it kind of portrays that message as the whole band has that same message. So Architects came, and their film clip was just great. The film clip was typical kind of that propaganda type film clip that they were just coming out with these different shots of nuclear bombs and then rubbish in the water and all that kind of stuff, which is which
and
is
I like
good.
the
which
sort
is
of distorted lens parts and like the digital sort of distortion of the colours and the flare and stuff throughout the close-ups of the band members when they were performing. I thought that was really cool.
And it wouldn't be an Architect song without black.
Yeah. Within the first 10 seconds, I think, and I was just like, I was just instantly sold. I'm like, yep. plus that, hit the like button.
Exactly. So many bands do it, but I feel like Architects nail it. They just do it so well.
Oh, but the lyrics in this song they're just amazing. Like you go like next time you play the clip, pull open the show more in the description. The lyrics are there, and just have a look at the lyrics when it's going through, and it's jaw dropping. Like some of it, I was just like, wow, like that is awesome. The way he delivers it in every part of the song, it's just like, this song is just badass, and just like, I don't give a fuck you, like I will say what I want to say, and what I'm saying is 100% correct and right, like you better fucking listen up. Like
exactly. And that makes Architects so much better as a band, to just be so meaningful and have a purpose, I guess. And I'm not saying every band has to have a purpose with their lyrics, but Architects have a purpose, and it nails it for me.
Like this one line, I particularly like where he's, I think it's around just before the first breakdown part. It's like, you knew all along that the cancer would spread, so don't be surprised to find a price on your head. And then I think it's like, dun, 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 and it goes into it, and I was just like, oh,
that's
like,
so good.
It'd be so good live, and if that's the first release, like I can't imagine. I instantly, when I was going back through my phone to put some new songs on before I went away for the Easter weekend, I was like, got to put the old Architects album back on there and start listening to it all over again, because it's just so good anyway, let alone what's going to come in this new album.
Exactly.
But A Day to Remember, I was quite impressed actually with that song, Paranoia. Cool video too, real up their alley in terms of that mid-comical but cool performance stuff as well.
It was you don't strike me as an A Day to Remember fan, so it'd be interesting if you actually like that. But as a lot of people said, it sounds very similar to Stick to Your Guns.
I can see that.
There was one that I can't remember that song that that people compared it to, but as soon as I heard it, because I hadn't listened to a lot of Stick to Your Guns, but people pointed me in the direction of that song, and I listened to it. It does sound similar, but I mean, I honestly don't think A Day to Remember ripped it off. I think that this is just the sound A Day to Remember was going for, and it just somehow managed to come across very similar. I don't think it's the same.
They're similar bands already, really. Like,
yeah,
A Day to Remember a bit more mainstream, if you were to throw a term out there. They're a bit more mainstream than Stick to Your Guns.
Which is you saying that they're a lot more popular than Stick to Your Guns.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. Like, you know, the 16-year-old girls will probably know who A Day to Remember are, but may have never heard of Stick to Your Guns.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Both bands portray different things. Stick to Your Guns are about, you know, that political stuff again, and about things that should be said. Where A Day to Remember are just like, I don't know what they sing about, to be honest. Kind of
they
life
sing
on
about
the road and my life this and my life that, and just whatever they can come up with, I suppose. Like Paranoia, like what is it? Something in my head? I don't know. But cool song.
Definitely a cool song.
It's got a good, definitely has a good chorus hook on it. It gets your attention, and can get you singing along pretty quickly. And I'm sure it'll be a fan favorite. Album comes out, that one live performance as well. So.
Oh yeah, man! Everyone's keen for A Day to Remember to come back to Australia, I'm sure. But did you hear the interview that Jeremy McKinnon did with that guy in the States? Who I think is a New Zealand guy, but he works in the States. I can't remember his name. But yeah, so he said, "So are you guys recording a new album? Have you recorded a new album?" And Jeremy wasn't going to give him anything. He was like, "No, man, we just wanted to release a song. Hey, we haven't actually recorded a new album. We just actually wanted to release a song." It was like, well, piss off. There's no way that you guys aren't going to be releasing an album. You don't go into the studio.
I mean, like they would keep some of that information close to their chest probably, but sometimes some bands can do that and they wouldn't be ready to release the album for like a couple of months. Like, I don't know, Northlane sort of did that in a way. Like when they released World Eater, that was like, look, you know, we're not really, it's just a single for now and whatever. But like, you know, Secretly Agent's just like, you know, sucker. Like, I'm lying. we really recorded the whole album, but it's probably just, you know, there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be pushed around, and probably still a lot more work that still needs to be done before they can be like, album's coming, sort of thing, maybe.
Yeah, true, because if they say that the album's coming, everyone's going to want to know a release date, and if they've got no idea of that, then no point really officially coming out. But I didn't get a chance to see Saosin, the Silver String, so...
kind of cool song. Do you like Saosin, or have you listened to them?
I think I saw Saosin when they played at Taste of Chaos in 2005.
Was that the one that the Used played at as well? And Rise Against?
I can't remember if it was the one that the Used played at, or if it was the one that Taking Back Sunday. Because Taking Back Sunday played one as well. They played 2006, maybe. Maybe Saosin played 2006 with Taking Back Sunday, Thursday, and Rise Against. No, Rise Against played with the Used, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what year it was I went, but it was definitely the last one. I don't remember seeing that. I think
they did one more in 2006.
It's a pretty basic song, but you know, the band performs well, and I like the video. It's very, you can tell they're all properly, you know, performing the song, and they're just recording it in a dulled down sort of warehouse sort of thing, rehearsal room style. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. As a first release for a band that hasn't had anything for several years, from what I understand, is probably good. More played out for the old school fans to be like, hey, we're back, and, you know, check us out, sort of thing. You know, not an over budget video clip to make us look fancy. It's just, you know, the raw deal, which is cool. Just similar to the Killswitch Engage Hate by Design video. I think that was a really cool video. Probably one of their better ones. Most of their clips have been really cool, very performance related, but this one had that same similar vibe as that Saosin one, just a little bit more full on edited, and with some green screen thrown in.
Yeah. Is Jesse looking huge now? Like, I don't remember him being that big.
His head looks fatter.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's muscle or he's had a few too many Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Isn't that what they eat over there in the States? But so Architects, Data Remember, and Sabaton, definitely check them out if you have not yet. Highly recommend Architects song.
Yeah, the Architects song, even the Bring Me the Horizons film clip, it was good.
Yeah, I thought that was really
good.
cool. I did not expect that was the route that they were going to take with that video clip.
No, I find it weird that Ollie Sykes isn't in a film clip. I thought that he would want the camera to be
none
all
of the
over
band
him.
members are, unless some of them maybe are in throughout the city shooting people or getting shot or whatever it is.
Yeah, I would expect Ollie to be the main guy, and then the band are just like the ones dying and getting killed, because it's like, wow, is there really a band? No.
Well, I just found it very disturbing how incredibly happy that one guy was.
Yeah, I know.
It's huge.
That's what I liked about the video.
Yeah.
He did not give a shit about the world around him. And I guess that's the message, I guess.
Yeah. But another one I wanted to talk about was the Brisbane band that we both checked out earlier this month. Thanks to
yeah.
Plug that to us, and it's Osaka Punch. Stonk. Now, I don't know what stonk means. I'm thinking it's something dirty, because when you listen to the lyrics and actually try and figure out what they're singing about, I think you might be able to put two and two together and know what it is. But, man, what a great video. And an awesome song, too. Like,
it is a good song. It's a good, like, the film clip doesn't take away from the song. Like the song, even though the film clip is very, I guess, it makes you focus on them being funny and idiots.
Yep.
But the song is still really, really good in itself.
Yeah, it's two perfect mediums working together as one, almost. That's the prime example of whoever came up with the concept of that video for that song in particular deserves an award. Like, give them accolades to the end of time, because it's just perfect.
Yeah. Because if you want to have a laugh and also listen to a really good song, I recommend that song.
Yeah, but then the song is serious. Like, I mean, like I said, I don't know what stonk actually is, and some of the lyrics are kind of like hinting to be a bit dirty.
Could be a bit stonkish.
Yeah, stonktastic, man. But
I want to email them and ask them what stonk means so that I can start using it.
In conversation, yo, man, that's stonk.
Yo, shut up! You're just stonk.
You got school. No, you got stonk.
You got stonk.
But yeah, like, looking forward to seeing what else those guys bring out. Because I did go back after listening to that song, watching that video a couple times. I was like, oh, I wonder what else they got. And, go to their YouTube channel and check out their previous songs. There's another really cool video. I think it's about a year or so ago now, where it's centered around a party that's gone, crazy. But the video clip where it's in reverse, so it's the end of the night, and it works back to the beginning of the day prior to the party.
Oh, really?
It's really cool, yeah. And same thing again. Like, the song is fantastic, and the video clip's just like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next, and it sort of entices you to listen and watch. So.
That's so cool. I like how they're using their creative side for their videos as well. Like, they're not just in a warehouse or anything. And don't get me wrong, filming a film clip in a warehouse is good, or behind just like a white screen. But yeah, I like that they're getting creative with it and they're actually having some fun.
So, speaking of creative and fun, what is the deal with Surgical Meth Machine? If you don't know what we're talking about, go onto the playlist, look up, or just go onto YouTube, type in Surgical Meth Machine. They're a new nuclear blast band. I believe one of the members is from an older band that isn't around anymore. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to think about this band. Tragic Alert is the Tragic song Alert. Title, yeah, and it starts off Tragic Alert, and then it just goes from there. And boy, does it go.
And I guess you could tell why they're on Nuclear Blast Records. because it is intense. It's very intense.
It is a nuclear blast. That's not that song.
It is the blast beats that the drummer's doing. Like it's just, my heart was racing. I felt like I was going into cardiac arrest or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much a Power Thirst video clip.
Power Thirst. I didn't even know Power Thirst was a word or a genre or anything, but I like it. Power Thirst.
You don't know what Power Thirst is?
No, but it makes it makes me think of this band because they have a thirst for power.
Yeah. So go onto YouTube after this episode and type in Power Thirst. There's multiple episodes of these things. They're just like dating back a long time ago now, of the original viral YouTube videos that people used to watch, and they're just stupid. They're just absolutely stupid. And I just thought of that instantly when I was watching this video, because it's just a collage of just randomness, insane music, stuff that will make you maybe have an epileptic fit.
Yeah.
It was like a Power Thirst video mixed with like Static X on roids.
Yeah.
So check it out. That's another band that I'd be interested to see what they bring out next, because wow, don't know what's going on in that song.
Yeah. Well, STEPSON we've got here as well. If you haven't checked out STEPSON's new song, Never Mind Me, you should definitely get onto that. It's a really good film clip. Plus, it's a great song. Those boys are. Was that sound me or you?
Yeah, it was me. Carry on.
Those boys, they're really, really great guys, and they're doing big things. So, it's a fun little film clip. The lead singer, is obviously singing about his father again, who left him when he was in his teens, I believe. He was a teenager. If you've listened to their old album or old EP, you would know that this guy's got daddy issues for sure. His dad, I guess, struggled with being an alcoholic and chose alcohol over the kids and his family. So this guy's got a lot of shit that he wants to bring up. So it's a very emotional song, but it is amazing. The film clip's really good too. So they're going on tour with Sheep Guys Wolf.
Yeah, sweet. I'll have to double check if I actually check that out.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's like I don't know how to describe these guys. They're like punk rock, but they do a lot of like emotional yelling, I guess. Like that's I'm trying to
kind of like what sort of like August Burns Red yelling.
Yeah, like not as metalcore as those guys. More punky than that. But yeah, similar to that.
Maybe
you'd go like I don't know, kind of like old Trophy Eyes, like older Trophy Eyes. But then still, it's different in itself. Just have a listen to them.
Yeah, cool.
I'm sure you'll like it.
For sure. Well, they're a where are those guys based? Sydney,
Brisbane.
So Brisbane punk alternative. I guess you could say, yeah.
Yeah, Brisbane punk rock group. Yeah, which is they're good. They're sick.
Sweet. On the conversation of punk, we did have two cool punk bands release their videos as well. Story So Far with that old skatey style clip.
Yeah, that's a really good film clip actually.
Which is really cool. So good song. The album's been out for a while now, but I think it's the title track of that album. But
is the album called Heavy Gloom?
Is it Story So Far that has like a sentence long of their album? I think it might be actually. Double check.
Yeah.
And then Neck Deep, the animated and live action style haunted house thing, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it is a cool little
good
film
song
clip.
too.
Yeah, Neck Deep are great. Obviously got to catch them when they were out with State Champs.
Yeah, you interviewed State Champs, didn't you?
Yeah, got to interview State Champs. That was back in January. I think it was January. Yeah, it was January. And Neck Deep came out.
I
think this year's just gone so quickly.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think Neck Deep and State Champs just finished up their world tour that they started at the start of January. So
Yeah, they were on
good
that
on those
together.
boys.
Yep.
That'd be crazy, just going on month-long tours and just being in the van with smelly dudes, the same smelly dudes the whole time.
Yeah. I'm sure they get over it.
Yeah, exactly. When they walk out on the stage.
So one last note. Let's have a quick chat about. The Slayer also released a video too for the prequel storyline of that that first video they released, where it was the Prison Break. And this video
Slayer
is
is still releasing
prequel.
stuff.
Yeah, with their new album. Yeah, so the new song or new video is You Against You. It follows the same storyline with the same character with the eye patch. That's from the first video clip.
Oh,
how
cool.
he ended up in jail in that video clip. And check it out, man. If you haven't checked it out, the first the first frame, you see this body just covered in like knives stabbed into his whole body. I'm just like,
Wow.
what is going to be the song? If that's
It goes
the
for
image
7
they show
minutes.
me.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a gun and knife fight for the rest of the video clip. It's pretty full on.
So it's a prequel to their other song.
Well, I don't know about the song wise, but the video clip is a prequel to the yeah. So, but
cool.
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a pretty cool video, but I noticed that and forgive me, I'm not a diehard Slayer fan. I don't even know I can't remember the members' names. But the singer, he just seemed like he wasn't into it, or he was just, I don't know, like, watch it and let me know what you think. And anyone else out there, comment and let me know what you guys thought of his performance in it, because it seemed like he was just over it.
Shit.
Yeah, he just wasn't really trying hard at all. His miming wasn't believable. Is pretty much what I'm getting at.
Like he did the first one, and he thought that was enough.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck, we're doing this again. You know, I'm in Slayer, motherfucker. I don't need to do more than one video clip.
Maybe they only paid him half for the second video of what they did for the first, and he was like, you know what, screw you, I'm giving half the performance.
So, and then there's that WILDWAYS video clip, which is a band I've never heard of before, but they seem to be sponsored everywhere at the moment, so you can't miss them on YouTube or Facebook. Are they Unify? No, I think they're Rise or
Artery
Avatar.
Records. So
Which one?
Artery Records.
Artery.
So they're an Australian band.
No, American. Artery.
Oh, they are?
American. Yeah.
Oh, is Artery States?
There was an Artery label per se in Australia, but they got shut down.
Oh, okay. There's just a lot of Aussie bands that I thought were signed to Artery, so I just thought that they might have been Australian. Okay, so they're WILDWAYS from the States?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
And the song title is Fucka Fucka Yeah.
Yeah, Fucka Fucka. Yeah. That's pretty much the chorus is Fucka Fucka Yeah at the end of it. And it's like has some weird like robotic sound voice effect over a couple lines. And I don't know, I was just like, what is this when I put it on? So, and of course, you know, some of the booty got me intrigued just to check it out. So, and I was like, oh yeah, alright. Like metal and some weird booty dancing. I'm like, is this Attila or something?
Yeah.
But that's what I was expecting, and then the song started and I was just like, oh, going on.
Maybe that's why they need nice asses in there, just so that you actually click on it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's clickbait in itself.
Clickbait.
Was it worth it?
Fuck no. I want that time back. But then, saying that, the next day or the day after, somehow I had part of that song stuck in my head. I was like, why? Why is that? I think it was because I didn't know what they were saying, and it was just like, it was that hook of that line, and it just sounded weird, and I didn't know what they were saying. It stuck in my head, and I was like, damn it.
You win this round.
I'm not going to watch it again. Don't do it. But all right, so let's wrap that section up. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you do want to check out the video clips that have dropped throughout the month of March, we will drop the Killer Vibes March 2016 playlist on the Metal Ignition channel, and we will put a link in the description below for you too. So please get along to that, check out the video clips that have come out, and we will continue to follow that trait throughout the rest of the year on every episode of Time Flies with Killer Vibes. So we'll move on to Straight Outta. Now, Craig, have you got a band that we can discuss in this section?
I certainly do, but I have already brought them up today. I just wanted to bring up STEPSON as my Straight Outta Brisbane STEPSON with their punk style songs. They're really, really good. As I was describing, I probably went into too much detail in the last second.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but they've got very emotional lyrics, very emotional songs to match those lyrics, and it all just seems to work for them. They're never, when you see them live, the lead singer will very rarely be on the stage. He loves to get down in the crowd and just scream and yell in your face. So I think I'll try to get the tour schedule up, which I thought I already had. But yeah, STEPSON are going on tour with She Cries Wolf, and it's already started in Queensland. So if you can get to a show, I'm going to be at the one at the Baldface. No, I don't think it's going to be at the Baldface Tag. Sorry, I'm bringing it up now. So yeah, the next show that they've got is the 1st of April in Byron Bay. And then Saturday, April 2nd, they're playing at the Red Rattler in Sydney. I've been to that venue before. It's actually really, really good. It's an all ages, so anybody can come to that one. If you're in Sydney, if you're in Melbourne, Canberra, Lismore, Adelaide, Toowoomba, and Brisbane, they're still doing shows there. So make sure you head out and see She Cries Wolf, supported by STEPSON. Yeah, I kind of summed up STEPSON before, but I just think that as I said, they're an emotional band. The guy's got a lot of hatred towards his father, and I know a lot of people, I guess, would have that, but the way that this guy delivers it is just, it works well with the style of music that they have as well, with that punk. I'm trying to think of a band that you guys would know that they sound like, but
would Being as an Ocean be up that same realm as those guys?
Yeah, kind of like that. Also, I don't know if you've heard, what was it, Ambleside? I believe Ambleside are very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely go and check them out. Make sure that you see them on their tour. They've just released a new song, as we were discussing earlier as well, called Never Mind Me. So check out their film clip. And they're bringing out a new album, so you can go and check out that album. But yeah, I think the film clip got released on Dreambound, and they hit 10,000. They hit over 10,000 views in 48 hours, and 7,000 views in 24 hours. So that's really, really good for them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because they're just a little local band from Brisbane that are trying to make their way. So really good on them. I think that some of the band members, when I say they're from Brisbane, I think some of them are actually from Casino. Do you know, like around the Lismore area?
Yep.
And there's like an inland town called Casino, which is no one's heard of. Mm-hmm. But then there are some, like their hometown is generally Brisbane.
Yeah. Okay.
So I give them a shout out. Share their song. Check them out. Go watch them on tour. Have a beer with me if you're coming on Saturday to the Red Rattler, and maybe we can punch She Cries Wolf in the head together.
Hell yeah! And if you guys got any recommendations or want to let people know of your favourite STEPSON songs, please comment in the description below, and we can share those around. I'd be intrigued to know what ones you can put me onto so I can check them out myself. We'll catch up for another band for Straight Outta in the next episode. So Straight Outta Brisbane, STEPSON, check them out. So let's finalise things up. We'll move on to legendary tunes. So this is our feeling old segment, if you will, or we like to put a band and their album into the legendary status here on Time Flies of Killer Vibes. And this month we're going to talk about Underoath, and it's kind of funny because it was Dan's suggestion, but he hasn't been able to join us this episode, unfortunately, in the end. So hopefully you have got some good passion for this album, Define the Great Line, Craig.
Unfortunately not. No, I love this album. This album was really, really good. I was very stoked when Dan chose it. But yeah, I'm sure there's many words that he would like to say about it, and maybe he can bring that up at another time. But yeah, it was great. It was so good. It was back when obviously Aaron Gillespie was still on drums, and so when Aaron was there, I thought Underoath were at their peak. I still liked Underoath when Aaron left, but Spencer and Aaron together, it means that my heart was together. So it was really good, and obviously I was still going through like my emo stages when this came out. 2006 was a big emo time for me. I say unfortunately, but I wouldn't change it. I guess I wouldn't redo my life. I had a lot of fun. Man, you are today. Yeah, exactly. And who did they? I think they had Adam from Killswitch Engage and Matt Goldman work on this album. So with those two guys combined, sure, you can't fuck it up. If you stuff it up, then it's all on you, because it's definitely got nothing to do with the people that are working with you on the album, because those guys are geniuses when it comes to producing.
Yeah. And Adam D is a perfectionist as well.
Oh, so. Yeah, he would be a pain in the ass to work with, but the finished product will make you want to hug and kiss him for the rest of your life.
No, it's a good album, that one. It throws back to, I guess, almost the golden years of that style of sound.
Yep.
It was very popular, paved the way for probably a lot of bands nowadays as well that have followed that same trend. No doubt they are a huge influence for many alternative hardcore-ish bands that are still playing and still probably piecing themselves together right now. So it's definitely a very important album for the music industry. And there's easily... How many video clips did they do on that album? I think there'd be a handful of them.
There would be a few. Like, they would have done them for Writing on the Walls, in regards to myself, You're Ever So Inviting, and a couple more.
Writing on the Walls is the one that I mainly remember, for sure.
Yeah, You're Ever So Inviting was really, really good. The only problem that I can say with this song, and it could be, like, I don't know, some people might love it, but they got very Christian-y in this album as well. Like, I can't remember the song title for it, but it's very like gospel type. Yeah, right. Like, it's just sitting there, and then there's this guy speaking in I think he's speaking in Hebrew, or not. That's maybe right. Not Hebrew, but he's speaking in another language.
Is it the end of a song and it goes for, or is it
goes for ages? Yeah,
it goes for like a solid few minutes. It's just like, what is this? Is this part of the song?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember that, and I just need to try and skip it. Things like that irritate me. I hate when bands, like, unfortunately, one of my favourite albums that came out last year, and this was a prime example of something that a band does every now and then, or maybe it's, I don't know where it comes from. I certainly would never do it on a full album release if I was in a band, but you'll have track 1, you'll have track 2, then you might have track 3, but then you'll have a filler track, an interlude track, which might go for a minute, might go for 30 seconds, might go for a minute and a half, for instance. And then, okay, that's fine, I'll deal with that. Another track, and then again, the same thing again. So you end up having at least three of those on one album. What does that do? It takes 3 full songs away from you on an album. And then an album that's 11 tracks long ends up being pretty much 9 tracks. And
9 tracks, yeah.
Just
they had a few interludes on this album, I think, but I do remember there was a trend there where having those interludes was popular, and there was quite a few bands doing it.
Yeah. But I can support them if they do help.
If they fit.
Yeah, if they fit and they do help the song in some sort of way, if it does pull things together. But if you can't find any link between that and it doesn't benefit the song that it's come out of or that it's leading into, then don't use it. get rid of it. You can do that shit live. Don't put it on the CD.
Yeah, exactly. Or do it for the film clip or something, because I know they add extra bits on film clips and doing it live. But
Bring Me the Horizon did that on that other video clip. Like, you took a 3.5 or 4 minute song, and the video clip was like a short clip, a short film. And it was like an 8 or 9 minute video clip because they had like all the storyline, no song.
Yeah, which is good because you're watching something, not when you're driving in the car just having to listen to it.
Having to hit skip because here comes that interlude track.
yeah, exactly.
But awesome album for sure. Would you say that's one of your favourite Underoath albums?
Definitely, I would say it is my favourite Underoath album. And it'd be up there with one of my favourite albums of all time. I think I can listen to that. I can listen to this album over and over again. It's great. And I think having them back now, and they're back with Aaron Gillespie touring, I think they played South by Southwest and So What Festival.
Yep.
So it's good to see that they're back. I saw somebody posted up a video actually of Underoath doing their first show when they came back. They did a secret show at a place called Crowbar, not in Brisbane, but in the States, in their hometown, and I think it was a max capacity of 250 people, and it just went nuts. So they filmed the whole show just from the side stage, and the crowd just goes absolutely ballistic. And I think they sing this. They sing "Define the Great Line" in full in its entirety, and because it was their first show with Aaron Gillespie back, and obviously with Spencer still on vocals. They're killing it. They're killing it. So now that they're back, hopefully they come and tour Australia and they play this whole album because they've got Aaron. I imagine what they're going to be doing this all of 2016 is just going to be touring. So good on them. And weren't they going to release a DVD sometime? I know that they were working on a DVD, and they said that they set up a GoFundMe page so that people would go and obviously donate money so that they could release this DVD. But I didn't hear anything back after they asked people for a buttload of money.
Guess they didn't make that quota.
But yeah, great album.
Okay. Because they disbanded many years ago, didn't they?
It wasn't that long ago. I think it was only in 2012 they officially went on hiatus.
Yeah, okay. Oh, was it hiatus, or was it that they were over?
Well, I don't know if it was hiatus.
No one really knew.
Or completely done, because they didn't really announce it as being completely done, because I think they were still had it in their heart that they wanted to come back. So I'm pretty sure it was a hiatus.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty long hiatus.
Yeah, but nobody expected Aaron to come back when they made their return, though, as well, which is huge. I mean, I feel bad for the other drummer. He did a really good job filling in. Yeah,
we're going to go back and write a new album, go on tour, but I'm sorry, you're not invited. you just stay there.
Been voted off the island.
You guys need drum steel? Oh, no. We're sweet. We'll just get a drum machine. So good.
He finds out that Underoath are doing a comeback, like, by checking Facebook. And it's just like, I'm not still the drummer? Oh, shit.
Why didn't I get an invite? What's going on there?
Yeah, I'm not in this band. That would be awkward.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, so Define the Great Line. So let's see if they... if any tours get announced for them coming to Australia before the year's out, so they can come play that album full for us. Fantastic.
Fingers crossed.
So, was there any other notes that you wanted to mention, Craig? Otherwise, we'll wrap things up.
No, Pat, that's probably about it. I think it's been a huge episode, and yeah, I'm going to be. I guess I'll wrap my bit up now.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing a lot of interviews, or potentially going to be doing a lot of interviews this month. I'm definitely doing STEPSON and She Cries Wolf. So make sure you hit subscribe on Beers with the Band on YouTube so that you don't miss out on any of these videos. Watch some of my old ones so you know what kind of style I've got, and it's just pretty much laid back, drinking beers and talking to bands. and trying to be funny. Sometimes I fail at that, so I do apologise.
That's
But yeah, thank you
edit
very much for
option
listening
for.
to this episode. Sorry?
That's what we got the editing option for.
Yeah, that's right. And then you're lucky you're watching this episode as well, because we don't actually have the recordings of our face. There's no video recording, so you are lucky you're watching this episode and not one of the other ones.
I don't want to see the lovely picture frames of your family behind you.
Yeah,
It's very music scene genre related.
Damn it! Next time it'll be like a Blunt magazine poster all up in my bedroom.
They still sell those. I picked one of those up the other day. I was very surprised at what bands were in it. I was like, wow.
It's crazy. It's good on them though. I guess magazine is still doing their thing.
Yeah. Oh well, once upon a time, little Pat used to have many posters in his room covered in Blunt magazine posters.
Yep. Same here. You weren't allowed to see any of the wall.
And, pretty much. Pave the wall with posters, pretty much.
It's wallpaper.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot for tagging along, Craig. By all means, please subscribe to Beers with the Band. Check out everything that's been going on in the realm of band members sucking down some piss. That's what we like to do.
That's what everybody likes to do, right?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot to tuning in, and we'll catch us next month on the April edition of Time Flies with Killer Vibes. I'm Pato, that's Craig, and please hit subscribe to Metal Ignition and stay up to date, and we'll see you next month. Catch you later.